Some 6 minutes after 9. We're going all the way till 10. We're doing part 2 of the conversation we started last week with Ewulu ni Adjei.
It's in my immediate vicinity, you know?
A retired broadcaster and also a Ga historian. And last week we had a conversation about the months of the year. And for the first time we learned that actually we had 13 months. We also learned last week, for example, that for the people of the Greater Accra region, the year ends in August. There's a rest month, and then there is the September, which begins the new year. We also learned that within the administrative structure, there are people and their duties and what they're supposed to do and what they are not permitted to do. We'll get into some more conversation today. We want to look at the foods of the Ga people. We'll touch again on the administrative structure of the Ga state. And then if we have some time, I'm sure we can activate the phone lines. If you have questions, then you fire on. We will answer those questions in a bit. My name is Johnnie Hughes. In Flanya Fenke Banuchumon.
This is Community Connect with Johnnie on 3FM 92.7.
Let's get into it now, Ni. Mimba manye.
Ona manye nyemi.
Ojeko.
Ojemra.
Nice.
Do one.
Wanjo.
Oh, you are done.
Wanjo, wadenche. Ni last week, wo besani na yeko. Minta ni wo start conversation. Ghana's have names. And last week you said that the names of the Ga people is like a postal address.
Yes.
Once the name is mentioned, you know where the person comes from. Why is it so?
Thank you very much. But before I will start, I would like to greet my cherished listeners.
Right.
And I also thank you for projecting our Ghana language and culture. So, Mr. Johnnie Hughes, God bless you abundantly.
Bless you too,
and whoever instituted this Heritage Month too, God bless the person because...
How is this Ghana month?
Ghana Month.
Ghana month.
That's the name.
Yes. It's Ghana month.
Ghana Month.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very good because lot of education go into it. First, we Gans, we have about 5 types of names. Number 1, family names.
Yeah.
Number 2, sequential names. Number 3, names for twins. Number 4, we have names for orphans. Number 5, we have special names. Names which sends message.
Okay. So family names, sequential names, names for twins, name for orphans, names that send message.
Yes.
Great.
So I would like to start with names which send message. When somebody is called Doku or Dokuyo,
Right.
immediately you know that the person's father married a deceased brother's wife.
Okay.
When somebody dies in our Ghana culture, we believe if the person has property and the woman marries somebody outside the family, somebody from afar, then the person will inherit the man's properties, like farm, canoes, or landed properties.
Right.
Then the new husband will have power over those things. So when somebody dies and he has a wife, in our Ghana culture, the wife is given, after the burial of the man, the wife is given to the younger brother of the deceased man.
Okay.
And we also want the names, other names not come to mixed, to dilute the family name.
Right.
So when the younger brother marries the deceased brother's wife, the firstborn, if it is a male, then we call him Doku.
Doku. Okay.
Female, Dokuyo.
Dokuyo. Okay.
So whenever you see Doku or Dokuyo, then you know where
That
the
is
person
what it
comes
means.
from.
Right.
Then after Doku or Dokuyo, then the family name will follow. So if the man who has died has brought forth 3 female, Adjei, Ajoko, and Ka, then what will follow after Dokuyo will be Chocho, then Fofo, then Ashami. It follows that way.
Okay.
And we also have name like Chinto. I'm talking of specialists.
Right.
When you hear somebody called Chinto in our Ghana language, when you bring forth Adjei, which is the firstborn,
Right.
Ajoko, then the thirdborn, which have to be Ka. Ka is a thirdborn.
Right.
Then you bring forth a male, which means the male has disrupted
The flow
the flow.
of what would have been an all-female game.
Yes.
Okay.
So that male will be named Chinto.
Oh, okay.
And when you also bring forth Adjei, Soa, Adjei is firstborn, Soa
Right.
is secondborn,
Right.
and Okan
Okay.
is thirdborn.
Right.
Then Adjei Soa, then the third
Is a female.
Female is also Chinto.
Chinto. Okay.
So anybody you find being called Chinto, which means the person disrupted
the flow.
the flow.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's come to the family names. As I said last week, when your name is mentioned as a Ga, it's a postal address. So when they call you La Ekone, they know you are from La. Not only from La, you come from the Ngwati clan, which is at Abonase, La. So they can trace your family house and your roots directly. You see, those slaves who were bought and sent to America, who have been named Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, and these English names, if they, some of them were to be guns, and they are named, they are given family names, they can easily trace their roots.
Right.
Very easily.
Right.
And when they call you Note Omabu, they know you are from Osu. Not only Osu, they know your family house, or Ajekulu, near Ajekulu, or Ajekulu.
Right.
They know I'm from Krobo, clan, from Teshi. When they call you Tete, they know you are from Tema.
Okay.
When they call you Bote
Boti.
or Bote, they know where you come from.
Nungwa.
Nungwa. So that's the family name. And the family names, every town or every traditional area in our Ghana, they have their family tree, the names they give to their children. That of the fathers and that of the children.
Right.
So when you go to Otublohum, they have names like Pakpo,
Okay.
Dodu, Amponsan. So when they call you Pakpo, Dodu or Amponsan, they know you are from Otublohum.
Right.
When they call you...
Or Ekufu. Nia Kufu. Nia Mponsa.
No, we don't have a... You know, the reason why they have Amponsan, Otublohum people have their roots from Akwamu.
Right.
They are the Akwamu people who migrated. So they have Amponsan and they have Kwama.
Akwama, okay.
They have some Akan names, the two Blohun people. Because they migrated from Akwa. They are Akwamus.
Right.
And they normally go on pilgrimage during some special period.
Right.
Yeah, they go to Akwamufie.
Okay.
So when they mention names like this place, I said Johnnie.
Right.
I said Johnnie, Ninkwe, Kote, Johnnie, Day.
Adjei.
Kutoko. Then they know you are from Asne George. When they mention names like Yate, Yale, then they know you are from Bese, Naiwe.
Right.
So that's the family names. So from family names, let's go to the twins.
Right.
When you bring forth twins, they are female, two female, Akwele and Akwoko.
Right.
When after Akwele and Akwoko, Tayua follows. Then when Tayua follows, after Tayua, then we go to Ago. Ago, then Aban.
Okay.
Aban. So these are twin names. But when they are male, Oko and Akwete. Sometimes they male Akwete and Akwete. Depending on the area.
Okay.
Teshin Nungwa, Oko and Akwete. But when you come to Gamashi, Akwete and Akwete.
Okay.
So these are the twin names. And after Akwete and Akwete, Aban, Ago, Tayua, Ago and Aban, then the sequential names follows.
Okay.
But before I come to sequential names, let's see why twins are special to Gans.
Okay, tell me.
Yes. You see, we Gans, we believe that children come from God. And he gives to people who really desire to have it. So when we bring forth two at a time, then the family is blessed. So rituals are performed for the parents, the father and the mother. Some rituals are performed for them. The rituals are that they are clad in white cloth.
Okay.
We call it klala. And a fowl, very white fowl, is slaughtered for them. And both the woman's family and the man's family, they come together. And when they come, we go for some leaves. Nyanyara.
Okay.
And
But you called badron the other time.
Yes, nyanyara badron. And it is put in water in a wooden bowl.
Sisi.
Yes. Sese. When you go to Gama, they call it Sese. But when you come to Teshi, we call it Chese.
Chese. Okay.
Yes. So they put it in the family, in the middle of the house. Then they sing together. And the song is proverbial. Let's listen to the song.
Right.
Akwele suma ye 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 ye. Akwako maso ye 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 ye. Tayo apia ye 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 ye. Nyankuma ago ye 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 ye. Aban hele ye 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 ye. Mi te langwasi mi anawo mi jofwe eto mi mi kwocho mi plekeshi akwele mi plekeshi akwoko. Shika chemento ablekuma amena. Koli chemento ablekuma amena. Adiagba chemento ablekuma amena. Kwemi ohiafo ya na ablekuma ba kuma ababi ye ababi ye. Yeah. Let me explain the song.
Please explain.
Mite Langba Shishi, mi anawo. You see, Langba is somewhere around Kokrobite. In the olden days, it is noted for resting or a place where you enjoy small.
It's a resort of a kind. Yeah.
Yes, the correct word is that. So, when I went there, Mite Langba Shishi, I saw wo. You see, sometimes they call Ayawaso wogon.
Right,
It's wogon. Wo is buffalo in Ghana. Buffalo.
Right.
Wo. And the whites call it Black Death. It kills Black Death. So in Ghana, when wo is coming, then death is coming.
Right.
So when he went to Langmashishi, she went to Langmashishi. She saw this buffalo, and she ran away. Mina wo me te langbashi me ana wo me na wo me jofwe. So when he saw the buffalo, she ran
away
and climbed a tree. So when she descended from the tree, then she came out with a good luck.
Okay.
So she enjoyed small with the man. Out of the enjoyment,
Right.
then she became pregnant.
Right.
Then she saw death face to face. She tried running away from the death. She tried running away from the death. Then she climbed a tree. She was hiding. Then after coming from the top of the tree, she came out with the twins.
I see.
That's the meaning of the song. Shikache mento ablekuma. You know Shikache?
Right, a rich man.
Rich man.
A wealthy man.
Yes. Adiagba is something precious.
Right.
Somebody having precious
Jewels and many,
yes.
yes.
And they are looking for twins. They don't get it. But look at me, the poor person.
The ordinary person.
That's the song. Shikache mento ablekuma amena. Adiagba chemento ablekuma amena. Kwemi ohiafo inya na ablekuma. Na ablekuma ba kuma mi ababi. I hope you understand.
I understand.
So that's the song.
Okay. But you mentioned Akwele Suma.
Yes.
Akoko Masu.
Umaso.
Taria Apiaje.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Can you explain?
Nyankuma Ago.
Yes.
You see, as I said last week, language grows. English language like this, they have, you see, mala is Latin word for bad. Bonus is good. Amicus is friend.
Right.
Ignis is fire. You can find all the maximum, minimum. I think they are French.
That's right.
When Latin says magna, good. So magnifying grand, something, and I say good, big. So what I'm trying to say is language grows. So we guys, we've borrowed some words from people we interact with. So we have Jaten, we have Chinan, Kenan, we call it Kenan. We have Flono, that is Arabic.
Right.
We have Goga from Hausa. So Tayo Apiaje and Nyankuma Ago. It's some terms we've borrowed.
Okay, I see.
To enrich the language.
And then we're going to talk about special names as well.
Yes.
Yes, quickly, and then we can get into that another.
Okay, Bobaloy.
Bobaloy, right.
When we see Egbo dead, Eba come. So whenever you bring forth with your wife, then the child dies before the 8th day. So during Humowo, our greetings,
Right.
The 8th day, as I said the other time, when you read Luke, chapter 1, verse 21, when the child was on the 8th day, that child was circumcised and named Jesus on the 8th day. So we guys, having link with the Hebrews, as I said, there are many similarities. So on the 8th day, we name our children as the Jews. Sorry, not Jews, the Hebrews. Moses, Abraham, this thing. The ancient Hebrews. And on the 8th day. So on the 8th day, when the child dies before the 8th day, we believe the child has not come to the world. If the child dies on the 7th day. So the first child dies 4th day. Second child dies 7th day. Third child dies. Then there's a Satan or witch or wizard somewhere trying to frustrate the family. So when another child is brought forth or is born, we perform some rituals. The rituals is that the child will be taken to a footpath, a junction, a footpath where two footpaths meet at a junction, and the child is down there. But the family have arranged with a relative to hide somewhere. Okay. So they will leave the child at that remote area, and the relative will come out of the bush or from his hideout.
Pick the child.
And pick the child. And they have found a child. And then the parents will come out from wherever they are also hiding. That it is our child. Oh, it's your child. Then why do you know it's our child? Then some sort of misunderstanding will come there, but it's all arranged. Then the child will be brought home. When the child is brought home, then the child is named according to our tradition. As I said the other time that we have blessings. Right. That Wasen ayati, wablo ayati, wabolekutu wakbe, aju, amale, awo ni ata ni and the rest. But this child is not given a family name or sequential name. I have not mentioned the sequential name. So the child is given names like Minimade. It's a Dangme word. What should I say?
What shall I say?
Obahamla. You came late.
Right.
Obegbe.
You have no name.
You have no name. Obegbe. Joko is a Yoruba word for stranger.
Okay.
So the child is given some special names, like as I have said. So when you hear Obegbe, like Onedin, Minimade, Obahamla, Ofeheko, and the rest, then they are Gobaloy. Then we have sequential names. Firstborn, Tete, when it's male. But when it is female, it's Dede. Second, Tete. Tete. Then if it is a female, second is Koko. Then third, if it is a male, then it is called Mensa.
Okay.
Mensa. When it is a female, then Mansa.
Okay.
Number 4, Anu and Anang.
Anang.
Then Anu.
Anang rhymes with 4 and 9.
Okay. And Anu. Anu. As I said, we borrow something.
Right.
Anu. Then from Anu, then we have Ashia, which is number 6. Then number 7, Ashon. Number 8, Butwe. Number 9, Akron. Number 10, Badu.
Okay.
Then number 11 Udiko. So these are the sequential names.
So once you mention your name, we know that you are either the firstborn or the lastborn or the fifthborn or the seventhborn of the.
And we Gans, all our names have appellations. Let me mention some.
Right.
Obuakun, me Adjei, I'm Obuakun.
Right.
So Botemanche, when they call you Taki.
Abiasuma. What does that mean? I hear them call the Gamanche that Abiasuma. Yeah. What does it mean? Boni.
Boyo. You are the right person.
Okay.
You are the right person.
Okay.
Abiasuma. The right person. Abiasuma. Kone, Ajadu Brofonyo. When they mention Adwa, then Oklemeshi, Kwoko, Awo, Adjei, Adoma, Ajele, Oshedu. Dede Amobiye. Soa Bote Manche.
Adole.
As for Adole, I don't know. So we have appellations for every name.
Every name. Let's talk about some foods. I mean, every culture, every tradition, they have their food, you know. And I've been combing through your books, Futoli and all those things.
Futoli.
Where are all those foods?
Mr. Johnnie Hughes, these whites, they colonized us and it has actually destroyed a lot of things, including our culture. You see, most of the beautiful girls you see, more than 60% cannot pound fufu by themselves.
On their own?
Yes.
They can't do a waka?
They can't. They can't pound fufu. The beautiful, it is done by the house helps.
Right.
Kokonte, they call it, we call it Gigi. Kokonte is the dry cassava in Ghana, the dry cassava.
Right.
And when you talk of Gigi, the Krobos are experts.
Right.
Gigi, Krobos. We call it Krobo.
Right.
And you see, fried rice, Indomie, this thing, it has destroyed our culture. So let's come to the foods, as we have said. We Gans, we have traditional food, which are highly nutritious. One is, number 1, Akpliji. And we they call Paprasa. Akpliji. Balanced diet. And we also have Ablongo.
What is that, please?
Ablongo, a ripe plantain.
Okay.
They mix it with kondo.
Okay.
And they bake it in an oven.
Like Ofam, what the Eastern region people have Ofam.
Yes, they bake it. We call it ablongo.
Plantain cake.
Plantain cake.
Okay.
We call it ablongo. And this plantain cake, the version which is cooked, we call it ashanku. Yes. Cassava dough and plantain, ripe plantain. When they mix it, then they put it into this leaf they used to sell wache.
Okay.
They put it into it, wrap it nicely. Then they cook it. We call it ablongo.
Ablongo.
It tastes good.
It's very nice.
It tastes good. Ablongo. Ablongo. So we have ashanku and we have ablongo.
Okay.
This ablongo, it has almost come to, and it is almost extinct.
It's extinct. You don't find people cooking it.
Yes, and we also have fotoli.
Fotoli. Yes.
As for fotoli, it is entirely extinct. You can't find it anywhere.
What is fotoli?
Fotoli, this cassava, plantain dough, they cook it like porridge. But this porridge, it is mixed with pepper and fish, and normally meat. You see, pepper and meat. They prepare in a way that you have a taste of pepper in the porridge, and there are some meat in it. That's fotoli.
Fotoli.
We have aklo. You know aklo?
I know aklo. Fresh fish.
Soup. Light soup.
Right.
Fresh fish light soup.
Yes.
Aklo. It is almost extinct.
I was telling Helen the other time, she doesn't know what aklo is.
So how many of our ladies can prepare Gigi or kokonte? How many? They don't have time for it. They don't go near their grandmothers and their mothers to learn. And even the whites have taught us that our house helps you, decorate or arrange a matrimonial bed for us, for the women. When your maid dresses your matrimonial bed, it has some spiritual implications. Your marriage will not last.
What spiritual implications?
It will not last. You see, the man loves you more when you do certain and spiritually and even physically. Why should somebody dress your matrimonial bed for you? But that we've learned it from the whites. So people who have other people dressing their matrimonial bed, they always have problems, quarreling here and there, and misunderstanding this, that. It has spiritual and physical implication. The physical one is the man will come into the room and see your house help dressing this thing. You will have some appreciation.
Right.
So my advice to married women is that they should not allow anybody else to dress their matrimonial bed for them.
I see. Very soon we're going to have, and my guest is Ewulu Adjei. We're exploring Ga culture and tradition. We have taken a look at some of the names, some of the food. We have explained to you sequential names and all of that. If you're just joining us, you can always go onto our Facebook page and grab the full extension of the show. It's here, Community Connect Live on 3FM 92.7. Very soon, the ban on drumming.
But I hope later I'll come to the place.
Yes.
Some recreational songs and place we have.
If you want to, let's quickly do that so we can then
ban on drumming.
Yes, we can do ban on drumming, but the recreational stuff. So because you want to talk about
yes,
it now.
In the olden days, we had recreational songs for the elderly. We have some for women, and we have some for female, male children. And we have some through which we learn swimming.
Okay.
So those along the beach, they have recreational song and some plays. You see, for the youth, male. It is only for the male. Ajamana akpoyo nkpoyo, ajamana akpoyo nkpoyo, ata omonawo, bagba shi agba, agba shi gbun. What they do is, you see, in the sea, very deep sea.
Right.
Then they will raise one of the boys in the air. So they sing this song. When they say Agbasi Boom, then they throw you into the sea.
They drop you in there.
Then all will be swimming to different directions. You will chase them. So whoever you get hold of, then will be the next person
to be thrown
into the sea again. So I passed through that, so I can swim more than the shark.
I see.
Oh yes, right. I was playing the sea. And we have another one too. We do on trees. We call it Otititialo.
Otititialo.
Tono. Otititialo.
That's a response.
Yes.
Tono.
And so one person will climb the tree, and the young boys under the tree, they will shout Otititialo. Then the one on the tree will say Tono. Then they will say no more your true no. Then say me or two no. Then they will ask you, should we come or we shouldn't come? I say come. Then they will chase the boy on the tree. So the boy will be jumping like a monkey.
A monkey.
So they will chase you. You sometimes we fall from the tree, you fall down. You see, so when they catch you, the person who will catch you, he will remain on the tree. The rest will come down. We call it otititi alo.
Then I remember this one. Namoye lawi.
Awi, namoye lawi. Awi. Ayashe doctor. Ayashe doctor. Ayashele. Achela ahami.
Okay.
Dr. Bruce say yentrema. Agbene yentrema.
What is that supposed to teach?
You see, children, they line up in a round circle, a circle on the floor. Then they have a very moderate. I can't say big pebble. That see the stones collected from the sea. That white stone.
Right.
Each of them have one in front of them. They sit down. Normally, when it rains and the ground is not so dusty, so they sit on the ground. Stone. This beautiful stone collected from the seashore in front of each of the children.
Right.
Then whilst they are singing Namoye Lawi, then they will be sending the stone in correct manner. I mean in a way.
Okay, sequential.
There's no disruption.
Okay.
So when they are singing, then they will be Namoye Lawi.
Okay.
Namoye Lawi.
Okay.
Are we?
So they are just
they are passing on.
Okay.
They are passing on. So it's a play for children.
Right.
I said, Doctor,
So this one will teach them coordination.
Yes, coordination.
And
It's a recreational song.
psychomotor skills as well.
Yes.
But they don't play that. The children don't do that anymore.
Lots of our this thing. Even we have recreational songs for children. When this thing, a mouse dies, in the olden days, children will tie rope around the neck. Then they will be pulling it on the ground. Then they will be singing. I forgot it.
I like it.
Very interesting song.
I see. There will be ban on drumming and noise making very soon. And that has always been some point of confusion. Number one, tell me, why should there be a ban on drumming and noise making? Or why is it done?
Okay, thank you very much. You see, thank you for asking me this question. My own people, guys, they don't explain it well to the people because some people think during that period we worship special god or goddess or it's fetish. And anything fetish, automatically the Christian, this thing will go against it. But in Ghana, we had 3 types of festivals in Ghana.
Right.
We have commemorative festival. Festival like Hogbe Chocho. It's a commemorative. Something happened in the ancient period. And there's Fire Festival or Bugun.
Right.
It's a commemorative. When the prince got missing during war, then they went looking for them. So we have commemorative festivals. We also have harvest festival.
Right.
Like Akwasidai. Or even Fetu Afashe. Or Uhum. They are harvest. When there's abundance of food, then the people, and then we have deity festival, which is only in the Brongahafo region. Deity festival, that's a Apo festival.
Okay.
Where, in the abundance of food, they rejoice and sing praises to the goddess or god, the river god called Apo or Apo, maybe I don't mention it. And they have special ritual they call Ntama, where the queen will go for a beautiful girl because the god is a male, so have to see the nakedness of a female for bumper harvest.
Right.
So the queen mother will go for a goddess. I mean
a young lady.
Ntama. So 3 types of festival: deity festival, harvest festival, and commemorative festival. But we Gans, we celebrate commemorative and harvest festival. Omawa is a harvest festival and also a commemorative festival.
Right.
When we came, we migrated and settled here. We came face to face with famine. Many people died out of famine. So the little maize which was left, when you go to our big houses, you see maize, I mean fresh from the farm, being hung there, the right one, right now.
Right.
It is not for any god or any deity. But you see, we guys, we have foresight. We have foresight. The famine we faced, that is a sign that when we are eaten, we must leave some. So that maize which was left, they planted it. So when they planted it, that was the last hope. When there was no rain or it perishes, then there was trouble.
That's going to be a disaster.
Very disaster, because already hunger has killed a lot of people. Hunger has killed a lot of people. So when they planted this thing, they planted the Wulome, who are high priests, who are not possessed by any spirit. The Wulome are not. The other time you asked me the difference between fetish priests and Wulome. The fetish people, they are normally possessed, but Wulome is not possessed. Okay. No way a Wulome will be possessed. So the Wulome, they fast and meditate. So when we planted in the olden days, the Wulome, who were our leaders, we don't call them Ni, because they are higher than the chief.
Right.
We call them Numo, or the old man. So the Wulome, they fasted and meditated for the period we planted this thing. So God listened to us. There was rain, and there was abundance of fish during that period. And we guys, in the abundance of food and fish, we prepared pokpoi. We ate and we sprinkle on the ground. You see, some people think we sprinkle for a deity. We have 3 reasons why we sprinkle. The first reason is, that's the homo war. When you throw something away, that's the hooting.
We're hooting at hunger.
Yes, you food. The other time you were very elusive. We couldn't find you. Now you are in abundance. So you are there.
We'll show you Pepe.
Yes. So now we have eaten and there's a leftover. So you food, we want to disgrace you. Food, we will disgrace you. That's why we sprinkle. We throw it away after eating. That's number 1. Number 2, we sprinkle it to some specific places. When our ancestors died, some prominent people died through the hunger.
Right.
So in the olden days, we bury people in our midst, in their homes, and at some junctions and this thing. Even when former President the late Fralevin Rollins was at the castle, and castle was no-go area, security zone.
Right.
Some also prominent people were buried in the castle.
Right.
Rollins opens the castle gate for them to come and sprinkle the pokpoi. So we sprinkle, that's the second reason. In commemoration or in memory of those who died. Number 3, this pokpoi is a special food. All animals, they eat pokpoi. You see, God, the omnipotent God, whom we guys, we call Okleje, because he's everywhere. We call Shiche, he's the owner of the universe. We call him Bolo, because he created everything. He gives life, so we call him Walamanche. He's the most powerful, so we call him Oklenyempo. You see, when he created living beings, we have omnivorous, carnivorous, and herbivorous. So every animal, whatever you eat, whether grass or grass, the herbivorous, they have the molars and the premolar to grind. And animals like cats and dogs, they have carnivorous. So they have the canine. It is only we human beings. So what I'm trying to say is, these animals, those who consume grass and those who consume fish,
they all eat pokpoi.
They all eat pokpoi. So when the famine came, they also died. The animals died. So if we are eating, they must also eat.
Right.
So I'm coming to the confusion. So whenever we guys, we are here and we are commemorating what happened in the ancient days. Our forefathers died. The Wulome, they meditated, they prayed. You see, so you have come here, staying with us. And we say we are meditating, we are praying. Keep quiet, don't make noise. You can also pray, you can meditate. We don't ask you to come and sacrifice. The churches and those who oppose it, have they seen any Wulomo doing any sacrifice during the Madumo period? Even, we don't bury the dead. During that period, when you died, we say, which means God has punished you. So they don't lay you in state. You have to be buried immediately. Nobody should cry during that period. When you die, your parents must not cry. And when they are carrying the dead body, they don't parade you along the street. They will have to pass through. And in the ancient Israel time, they do it. And moreover, those who go and bury you, when they carry the coffin, they don't walk, they run with the coffin. And when they run and they come back, they have to bath in the sea to cleanse themselves. Because it's a period of holiness. Not holiness for any goddess. As I said, we have 3 types of festival. Homowa is commemorating. So that Madumo, that starts our festival. That's the genesis of the Homowa festival. So during that time, we are commemorating what happened to us. And our people died. So if we are commemorating, we said this period, we have planted. So the planting of seed during the Madumo is symbolic. We don't have it, but it's symbolic. We planted to commemorate what happened. About 600 years ago.
So why is there always the confusion? Is it because it has not been properly explained? People don't understand.
Number one, Number one, it's not properly explained. Number two, hypocrites. These churches, when they want land to build their auditorium in these churches, and the chiefs ask them to bring a schnapp, and they bring it. But when it's time for Homowa, then you say these people, they are worshiping this, that. When you bring your schnapp, what are the chiefs going to use the
schnapp for?
What I'm saying is, there's no proper explanation. So I'll plead with the churches that we Gans, we don't have any physical object worshiping. When we migrated to this place, we didn't carry any god or goddess to this place. We worship the Almighty God we call Adjei, God everywhere. So during the Madumo period, it is not for a deity. It's commemorative, like Hogbechocho, like Bukum. We are commemorating what happened to us.
So you hear Shiba,
yes,
Madumo.
Yes.
Quickly, we don't have too much time.
That's a commemorative.
Yeah, so now
is going to the farm. Is farm. Shiba is the digging
of the ground. You till the dirt so that you can plant
the tilling. Is the Shiba. Madumo is the planting of the seed. Mafan is the harvest. So all this, can it be? Who can plant seed and within a month harvest? Planting a seed, preparing the farm, then 1 month you harvest. Because first Monday in May, we are going to do Madumo. First Monday in May. And it is for 1 month. So what I'm trying to say is, it is purely commemorative. We are remembering what happened to us. And it is time for the Wulome to keep cool. What I mean is to meditate, pray. Once we dance, we are commemorating, we are praying, then out of this thing, you are making noise, you are jumping here and there. You can't do it.
The compliance
it's highly disrespectful what they do.
The compliance levels. I mean, in the past, you've found people who elect themselves to go from one church or the other, either fomenting trouble, seizing things and collecting money and all. You've seen that. Then you have seen an era where the traditional council also says, look, these are tags, ID cards on them. When they come, demand for them, who sent them, where they are coming from, and all of that. Is the confusion not occasioned from amongst us Ga people?
Mr. Hughes,
yes,
Johnnie Hughes.
Yes, boss.
You have stayed with us, so you know a lot of things about us. You see, hooligans jump into it. Some people who want to reap at where they have not sowed. Criminals jump into it. So some people go to places they are not supposed to go, they've not been sent to. So the Ga Traditional Council, not only Ga Traditional, because all the Ga areas we do Madumo, but different periods. You see. So now, in order to have coordination, the Municipal Metropolitan District Assembly have been tasked to cooperate with the traditional authorities to form a task force with ID cards, so that the criminals will not intrude. Or they shouldn't the criminals will not take advantage of it to enrich them. You see, in Ghana, we have a certain Homowa ritual. You haven't heard it before.
The chief says we should eat.
When we eat, we won't die.
Explain.
During the Homowa, in the olden days, some of the youth, they go to Mokola. So when you are selling cassava, when you are selling tomato, or pepper, or even fried fish, or anything, they pick some. Because so they pick it without asking you for it. They go to the market. When they pick it too, you don't have to say. But normally they don't pick expensive things. You see, they go for the food stuff and the fish. But they say reach a stage where some criminals, they'll go to Mokola and pick television. That are you going to eat television? So that custom, the traditional authorities have banned it.
Okay.
Because criminals jump into it and they are stealing. But in the olden days, they go for full staff.
Why is it that a whole ceremony is done to lift the ban? And you have, they say, well, Odadao. The Bisi Manche, adoption of the Gansi. Explain to us what happens then.
Oh, you see, in the olden days, Odadao itself has its own history.
Okay.
But after Ngmafan, then there will be a traditional drumming to signify that the period where Wulome fast and the Ngmangomia, Ngmadumo, Ngmafan has ended. So the Gbesemanche, who is the Adontin of the Gan State, he is the second in command.
All right. Is he the only one supposed to do that?
Oh yes, Gbesemanche. The Gamanche, who is the king, is not supposed to come in the midst of the people and beat drum. He will delegate somebody.
Right.
And his right hand man, who is the Gbese Manche, and the left hand man is the Sempe Manche. Yes, the Sempe, who is the Mankralo of the Gan State.
Right.
But the Gbese Manche, who is the Adonti, he beats the drum. So he beats it 3 times. And after the third beating, then the people, which means you can now bluff. Because during the Madumo, you can't even fry fish. We don't fry fish.
But they do at Bukom and
you hide.
Okay.
In the olden days, when you do, you'll be summoned by the question chair. As I said the other time, the chief justice, he will summon you, and you'll be queried and fined. Either you bring goats or something. Expensive.
Right.
So the Odada signifies the end of the Madumo and Mafan.
Right.
And after that, then Abakpoto Ashran. Then the merrymaking.
The Homowo food, the Kpokwe.
Yes.
When I was growing up, I knew that it was your palm soup. It has chile.
Yes.
It has oda or pupu.
Yes. You know everything.
Those fish. Now these days, people add kotojwe. They add intestines and other things to it. Is it supposed to be so?
My brother.
Yes, sir.
You're always on top of the issues. How did you know, my brother? Because you are not one of us.
I investigate. No, my mom is actually from Asren.
Oh, Asren.
Agbong.
Oh, then.
Yes, and my part of my dad comes from La.
Oh, okay. Oh, because you know almost everything.
The Sykes family.
You know almost everything. You see,
Odole.
The pokboy, the soup, the palm soup we are not supposed to use what we call lando or meat. No. But nowadays, out of greediness and irresponsible fishing practices, like light fishing, using dynamite, the sea is depleted of fish. Because we don't use meat. In the olden days, when the famine came, all our animals died, except some few.
Right.
So God opened the sea, gave us bumper harvest. God gave us bumper harvest. So there was abundance of fish. So in the olden days, we all use olive fish, chile, shoyi, oda, koko, majiabi, inkan. Yes, that's what we use.
Very expensive fishes.
Yes. Fish like shoyi with very huge tongue. Shoyi. Very tasty.
And the Homowo soup tastes different.
Yes, but nowadays they use meat. And what you just said, kotojwe, it is not cultural. It is not tradition. It is not. But it is out of this thing. The sea having been depleted of resources, fishing resources, and our people. We've done our best to educate them and to tell them that one day they'll go hungry.
Right.
The way they are, the fishing practices they have indulged in. And when we advise them, they don't take it to. Effie Sharma, I don't want to mention his name, told me that even if we chase them with whips, they will use light to fish. And these Chinese, they taught them this light fishing.
Bad practices.
The Chinese. So, you see, moreover, the size of the net.
It captures the fingerlings.
The size. It's supposed to be a certain standard. But now, they use something they call pepe.
Sack.
So if a fish is born 2 minutes now, from now. Just 2 minutes from now, they will catch it.
Oh.
They will harvest it. Yes. So how can the young fishes replace the older ones?
Older stock.
I went to school in Egypt. They don't joke with their fishing practice there. You see, that's why they don't import. They don't import, fish into Egypt. Look, they have the Nile. Look at the rivers we have in Ghana, but we import tilapia from Colombia, China. China, tilapia, every day they import it. But we have to regulate the Fisheries Commission. They have to regulate the fishing practices.
Right.
It is affecting our people. And you are the fishermen. We are office workers. So when there's no fish in the sea, we at the end of the month when we collect our pay, we'll use our money to buy fish.
So,
but you depend on it for your survival. And we are telling you what you are doing is bad. Stop it. And you don't stop it.
So a friend of mine, Alute, he says, please ask him if our gods have changed their taste.
The moment you say Alute,
yes,
as a postal address, it's from Sempe.
Right.
And you know the precise house it comes from in Sempe.
So he says that I should ask you if our gods have changed their taste because he just saw a video of a linguist using champagne to pour libation.
You see, if he says our gods, which gods? As I told you, we don't have deities we worship. You see, I've written something on libation in my book.
Right.
It's Solomon Paibo. We had Nkpaili from the Kan word Paibo. So it's a form of prayer by our ancestors. But you say, when Ewulu wabalo na wo, wabalo ma wo nae. Nae is not a deity. But Nile. So you see, we said at the confluence of the white and the blue Nile. So wherever we go, it is on our tongue.
Right.
We mention it. Nile. So it's Nile we mention.
Nile. Ni Adama Ayi on Facebook is watching us right now. It says you are very insightful, very educative, but he says that they were told that Futoli is fetish.
You see, it's good. He said it. It's good. It's good.
Is it fetish?
He has hit the nail right on the head. The reason why they say it's fetish, you see, some of our old men, in order to also get something from the community, when there was a low catch from the sea, then they announced that the sea goddess is angry. So they have to pacify the sea goddess. When we guns, we don't worship sea goddess. So a whole cow have to be slaughtered. So the Mankralo, who is the custodian of the land, is the Mankralo who is the custodian of the Ga land. So the Mankralo will find money through Dute. That is duty. Those farming on our lands to buy the cow.
Right. Adode.
Yes. Adode is Akan.
Right.
And we derive from the Akan.
Right.
And the Dute too is English.
Okay.
Duty.
Right.
So when the cow is slaughtered, they dump some of the fish in the sea.
The meat.
The meat. Some of the meat in the sea. So when they dump it, this meat, when it becomes rotten, the fish will come
eating it.
Then automatically. So scientifically, the fish will come closer to where the meat is.
These days,
but when they do this thing along the beach, they use the fotoli to smear themselves. The fotoli, that's why they say it's fetish. That's the only food they use to do that rituals.
I've seen.
So they say Adjei Shonawoji.
I've seen,
which is not our culture.
I've seen the thing you spoke about slaughtering a cow. And then they slaughter the thing. These days they don't put the carcass or you say the intestines and some small part. They throw it inside. Then they eat the meat. How would the fish come?
Yes. So in the olden days, they will set sail with the cow.
Right.
Dump it in the sea. Then when the cow becomes rotten in the sea, the fish will come from afar to closer to where the cow has been. The meat has been dumped. You see, so this fotoli, they normally, when it was coming to an extent, these are traditionalists, those who want to enjoy small from the community by saying certain things that the sea goddess is angry, this thing. When they say in the olden days, at least, when they saw they eat some and they dump some. But as you say, now but it is not our cultural practice. It's not part of our homework.
Right. Thank you, Ni Adjei. As always, you've been very, very instructive on the things that we need to know. We cannot thank you well enough. Thank you so much indeed for spending 2 weeks of your Ghana month with us. We appreciate you.
Let me sing some of our childhood plays.
Quickly.
Mama Shokoto ya chongbe, adun bibio ya ko ekpe. Mama Shokoto ya chongbe,
adun bibio ya ko ekpe. We hear
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Hughes,
yes, sir.
You are projecting our Ghana culture and language. God bless you abundantly.
Thank you, sir.
For projecting, and I hope this will not be the end.
No, it's
because we have a lot to. You see, they don't understand this. And when you read the letter Paul wrote to the Romans, that is Romans 10:14.
How would they know if there's no teacher?
Yeah, or somebody to tell them.
Yes.
How would they know if they are not told?
Yeah.
And so Paul went on to say that those who have been sent legitimately, when they are going, you see how beautiful or handsome they look.
Right.
Thank you. God bless you. So call us again,
Thank
please.
you very
with
much.
Full respect.
Ni Adjei Ewulu Ni Adjei is the author of Kusungbo, and I'm sure that very soon.
And you know Kusungbo, please,
yes.
just give me. Kusungbo is culture never dies. And culture is no fetish. You see, the way of life of a group of people living at a particular area through which you can identify them is their culture. The way of life, their identity is the culture.
Right.
So there's no way culture is fetish.
Okay.
God bless you. Culture never dies.
Culture never dies indeed.
Yeah, that's the
Thank you
answer.
very much indeed. And we have to go. King David.